The summer of 1940 saw Britain standing alone against Nazi Germany. With France fallen and the US still neutral, all that stood between Hitler and domination of Western Europe was the Royal Air Force. The Luftwaffe, Germany's air force, launched a massive aerial assault. The aim: destroy RAF Fighter Command and pave the way for an invasion, Operation Sea Lion. But how close did the Luftwaffe come to winning the Battle of Britain? After blitzing through Poland and France, Germany appeared unstoppable. Hitler now turned his attention to Britain. Operation Sea Lion depended entirely on air superiority. If the RAF could be destroyed, Britain would be defenseless against a cross-channel invasion. The Luftwaffe initially had the upper hand. With over 2,600 aircraft, including nearly 1,200 frontline fighters like the Messerschmitt Bf 109, Germany outnumbered the RAF's 640 operational fighters at the start of the campaign. The Luftwaffe also fielded twin-engine bombers capable of reaching British cities and airfields. Britain's defence was entrusted to Fighter Command, led by Air Chief Marshal Hugh Dowding. RAF Fighter Command was divided into 4 groups, with No. 11 Group, led by Keith Park, covering the vital southeast. The RAF had around 2,000 aircraft. By July 1940, about 900 fighters were available, including the iconic Supermarine Spitfire and Hawker Hurricane. The Spitfire was fast and agile, while the Hurricane was rugged and well-suited to taking down bombers. Crucially, the British had an edge in technology and coordination. Radar, new and untested, formed a chain of early warning stations along the coast. This allowed Dowding's command to intercept enemy raids with speed and precision, conserving valuable pilots and planes. The battle unfolded in 4 main phases. The first, in July 1940, saw attacks on shipping in the Channel. This was followed in early August by assaults on radar stations and airfields. The RAF began to suffer severe losses. By mid-August, the Luftwaffe was inflicting heavy damage. On August 18th, known as the hardest day, both sides suffered extreme casualties. The RAF lost 68 aircraft, the Luftwaffe lost 69. Some RAF airfields were nearly overwhelmed. But the turning point came when Hitler, frustrated by RAF resistance, ordered a shift in strategy. Instead of continuing to hit airfields and infrastructure, the Luftwaffe began bombing cities, most notably London. This relieved pressure on Fighter Command and allowed the RAF to recover. The cost for both sides was staggering. Between July and October 1940, the RAF lost 1,744 aircraft, including 1,023 fighters. Around 544 RAF pilots were killed. The Luftwaffe lost approximately 1,977 aircraft, including over 600 bombers and 873 fighters. Luftwaffe aircrew losses were estimated at around 2,600 dead, wounded, or captured. Though Germany had more aircraft, they were not limitless. Germany struggled with aircraft replacement and pilot training. Meanwhile, Britain benefited from the Empire and Commonwealth, with Canadian, Polish, Czech, and New Zealand pilots bolstering Fighter Command. Several critical decisions cost the Luftwaffe victory. First, the Germans underestimated the effectiveness of British radar. Second, shifting from attacking RAF infrastructure to bombing cities gave the RAF vital breathing room. Additionally, the Luftwaffe was operating at the edge of its range. Bf 109 fighters had limited endurance over southern England, giving British fighters the advantage of time and space. Perhaps most importantly, the Luftwaffe failed to establish clear objectives. Internal conflicts between Luftwaffe commanders led to inconsistent tactics. Despite early success, the Luftwaffe never truly came close to total air superiority. While they inflicted enormous damage, RAF Fighter Command was never knocked out. On the contrary, aircraft production in Britain actually increased during the battle, and RAF pilot training accelerated. By October 1940, Hitler postponed Operation Sea Lion indefinitely. the RAF had weathered the storm. The Battle of Britain was the first major campaign fought entirely by air forces. The Luftwaffe came close to pushing the RAF to its limits, but key British advantages, radar, home ground defense, superior strategy, and raw resilience, proved decisive. It wasn't just a British victory. It was a strategic turning point. For the first time, Nazi Germany had been stopped, and for Britain, it was proof that the tide could turn. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the key turning points of the Second World War.